So my name is Aaron. I'm an environmental engineer working with Magnox.
My name is Harvey. I am a nuclear graduate, sponsored by Sellafield Limited, and I'm currently seconded within the Department of Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy in their Advanced Nuclear Innovation team.
Hello, my name is Emily Newton and I am a nuclear engineer within the Ministry of Defence. I currently work as a strategy advisor within the Defence Nuclear Organisation.
Hi, I'm Annalise Bedard. I am a project management degree apprentice on behalf of the Nuclear Scale Strategy Group.
I quite like playing badminton when COVID times weren't around. And yeah, in general, just keeping active mind and body, so whatever I can do. I'm
quite an avid reader, probably going through 1 or 2 books a week. I have recently got into running, and I, especially in the pandemic, have gotten into video games.
Outside of work, before COVID, I used to love to travel. I really enjoy learning about other cultures and other countries. Now, obviously, that can't happen. So, like many people, I've really gotten into cooking and yoga and a little bit of photography.
Yeah, so a couple of years ago I actually picked up indoor climbing and bouldering. It's not been too easy at the moment though because of COVID. I also like outdoor open water swimming, some people call it. There's a lake quite close to me that I swim in. And I also like cars and motorbikes, but as I live at home, I've not been allowed a motorbike just yet, so I had to compromise and buy a fast car instead.
I think ultimately I want to make as big a difference as I can for the less privileged people. Make sure that we have an equal society and everybody has the same opportunities in the UK and abroad.
Mainly to have a job that I actually enjoy doing, and just to have quite an enjoyable life, and for the most part.
One day I'd love to be a leader in nuclear on the international stage. I'd like to contribute to the advancement of society, not only with energy security, which is so important, and the green economy, but to use those technological advancements to further the human race on Earth and maybe someday in space.
Just to be able to define my own success would be a start. And then personally, I think I'd like to travel quite a bit.
Food. If I had a plate of chips, I don't think I'd want to share that.
I guess my toothbrush, it just doesn't strike me as a thing I'd want to do, really.
But I feel like a fairly generic one would be passwords. But I definitely would struggle to share chocolate. It is the best thing.
For me, specifically cheese. It'd be camembert and brie. No one touches my camembert and brie. I won't share that with anyone.
Thought we had this abundant energy source and did a master's in nuclear engineering and realised that fission already does a lot of what we want fusion to do. So yeah, and then I got into the nuclear graduate scheme and here I am a few years later.
I'd always had an interest in applied nuclear physics and in nuclear in general as a sort of energy system. And when I saw the nuclear graduate scheme come up, it felt like the perfect way to kind of explore the industry and see where I'd like to go into.
I actually wanted to join the Navy, but my mum was having none of it. And I saw an advert online for a really great school. It was called Welbeck Defence Sixth Form College.
I essentially fell into it really. I was doing dentistry at the time when I saw this position come up online, and I thought that's for me. So I may as well apply. If I don't get it, I don't get it, and if I do, then I know it's meant to be.
I think the people are actually pretty epic. The people are very special in nuclear. It's very rare that you meet somebody who's not very nice or you can't talk to in the nuclear industry.
I think it's that there's so many different facets and areas of it. You can do basically anything within it: safety, engineering, lab work, whatever you name it, and there's so many different interesting areas and roles you can have.
I would say how small and specialised it is. It's a group of really intelligent people. It's a very small community, and I've met some honestly really lovely people that I would consider very close friends through it.
Probably, for me, the dedication of the people who work in the industry and the individuals who drive for sector success.
This is the future clean technology. This is low volumes of waste, low land footprints.
For one thing, it's a very established industry. It's likely to be around for the next couple of decades to a century. No matter what happens, there's always going to be decommissioning going on. So it's a safe job if you want to be uninterested.
I think it's the right time at the moment. I think we're on the edge of it becoming the next big thing.
You can take so many different routes career-wise. I'm in project management, but there are so many other options. And the fact that they really value apprentices, there are so many apprenticeship opportunities that even if you didn't study it at a college or in an educational environment, you've got that opportunity to build your skills and get to that point where you can build a career in something other than what you studied.
Re-recognition of nuclear's potential.
I guess for development and rollout of advanced nuclear reactors, the next generation essentially, as these will hopefully completely revolutionise the industry and what it can be used for.
Well, I hope the industry will grow in the UK and globally. I think it's finally being seen as a way to combat climate change.
For me at the moment, a big focus is working towards some of our targets, our commitments that were outlined in the original nuclear sector deal. So for example, the 40% women in nuclear by 2030, I think that's a big one, quite big hitting. And also seeing where the Green Jobs Task Force piece takes us, that has a lot of value, and I think mapping that out over the next few years to see the progress will be excellent.